The year is 1992, and at the time I was still playing on my NES, playing such fantastic games as Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles 2, the arcade game, and the first Castlevania. While visiting my friend one day who owned a very particular console that I was dying to get my hands on, which obviously no one was the Sega Mega Drive, I was drawn to one game in particular, mainly due to the box art, and that game was Ex-Mutants. The main thing I was drawn to was the people running into action with holding weapons such as axes, wooden bows, swords and nunchucks. And from that point on, I knew I had to play this game. So this game is an action platformer. You can play as you can play as two characters. Shannon, the female character who wields the nunchucks, she can run and jump a bit farther, but her attacks are a lot weaker and she has a smaller health pool. Or you can play as the male character, Aykroyd. He wields the mighty axe. He has a larger health pool as well as stronger attacks, normally killing enemies with 1 or 2 hits. As with Shannon, you will be looking about 4 hits with harder enemies, and with some more harder enemies even taking about 8 or 10 hits. Each character can also get power-ups for their weapons, so such as if you are Aykroyd, you will get be able to have shooting knives come out, or little axes coming out of it which arc over, so good for distances as well with them. As for Shannon, you get these wooden log things with which aren't that good, but you do get some blades which do give a bit of an area of effect, which is good for that. Choose that. But personally, I would always choose Aykroyd for your character because he is the better character and he can deal more damage. You can also get secondary weapons, which normally consist of stuff like grenades, bombs and homing shots, as well as time bombs as well, like little C4 blocks that you can put around, set traps and stuff like that. So you go through 9 levels, and in each mission you must find a battery pack so that Professor Kildare can have enough power. If you don't get this, you will not be able to proceed to the next level. The levels are very expansive, with a lot of exploration involved, and the exploration is paid off in stuff like 1-ups, extra points, stuff like that as well. Graphically though, the game looks beautiful. It has a nice darkened atmosphere which kind of fits the comic book style, which is going for this post-apocalyptic kind of style really with it. And it's got good background effects. The graphics on the background are really well done. The foreground is good. The sprite animation is very nice. And there is a lot of good text. There's got a lot of good texture work on this game, really. And as for the sound, it's your typical Mega Drive. Has its typical Mega Drive twang to it. But most of all, the tracks are kind of forgettable, really. There's no real track in the game that makes me want to listen to it more or less. I wouldn't put any of these on my iTunes. I won't rip any of them, even though in the options menu you can actually have a music choice, so you can go through all the different music for the different stages. So, overall, this game has some very good points, such as it has a large variety of levels, it has great graphics, a lot of exploration within the levels, and it can be beaten very quickly, but does offer a challenge in later levels, and especially with bosses. But that also brings me to the negatives with the bad landing detection, the kind of dodgy controls in part as well, and hit detection with enemies. And also again, the bosses can seem a bit overpowered even on easier difficulties. Even on easy, you will struggle with the bosses unless you find the pattern and you master the pattern. But with all that in mind, I do believe that the game is worth picking up. But you need to be picking up at the cheapest possible price. Below £10 is what I would say is £10 is the max. Try getting below that. And yeah, that's been my review of Ex-Mutants on the Sega Mega Drive. Which brings me on nicely to the controls of the game. Now, the controls in the game can be a little bit off, especially when doing precision platforming or all like that. Sometimes it can miss the actual landing. I would say the landing space or whatever is a bit off. Your landing detection is off with that, and this can cause a lot of problems actually while playing the game. You can find yourself getting really irritated just because you can't seem to get a good flow with it, and you just constantly keep like missing, and then you'll end up like spikes and stuff like that. This is extremely true when it comes to one of the missions where you're in what is essentially a car, minecart, like in Donkey Kong Country, like that, but it's a lot worse, and I mean a lot worse. It can bring the whole game down, and it's one of the main criticisms that I've got. Also, the difficulty as well is up there when it comes to fighting the bosses. Even though bosses are meant to be a challenge compared to normal, a normal fight role, there should be a challenge. They can become it becomes very tedious as well, and trying to fight them, especially when they've got a big area of effect and you're trying to like fight them. This is especially true with the first and second boss, but especially the second boss, because when you fight the second boss, once you beat him, it explodes and then loads of stuff starts shooting around. They're really a good place to hide where you can't avoid damage. By that point, you've probably only got about 1 or 2 life bars left, so 2 hits. Even though the boss is dead, you'll have to refight the boss again. A lot of frustration can come from that. So, that's been my review anyway. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you like it, press the like button. If you dislike it, press the dislike button. If you want to see me do more reviews, just leave me a comment in the message below of games that I should look into or games that you would like to see me review. If you have any suggestions on where to improve the reviews as well, just let me know. I am still learning on how to use Sony Vegas at the moment for video editing and stuff like that. And if you want to see more of my videos, feel free to subscribe. I do try doing them often, but sometimes I can go like, there might be 1 or 2 a month with them. Feel free to follow me on my Facebook page, facebook.com/Bulletmarv's Retro Reviews. Follow me on Twitter at BulletmarvRetro, and follow me on retrocollect.com/Bulletmarv as well, where you can actually look at what games I've got and updates that I will be putting on there as well. And as I say at the end of every video, keep on gaming. Now, it's time for me to get frustrated with this.